There is something President William Ruto said, and a question that followed from Martha Karua. Did I close that? I did. I do beg your pardon. Let me just find her. Ah, here she is. And this is what she posed. Why would such a serious allegation of attempted kidnap and murder of IEBC chair be made 6 months after the elections? And why is the allegation by Mr. William Ruto she doesn't call him President William Ruto, a third party, and not by Chebukati himself? Because Ascon has said these revelations are toying with the emotions, you're saying, of the electorate. Right. This is a very serious allegation, Omollo. What do you say to her question? She's asking, why make it 6 months after the elections? That is, she talks about the allegation of attempted kidnap and murder of Wafula Chebukati. And why by Mr. William Ruto, she asks, and not Chebukati himself?
You see, in 15th August 2022, Ruto was a contestant, and he was very seriously involved in elections. As a deputy president, maybe he was not able to, access intelligence reports. And now he's the president, and he can access all the files and what happened, what transpired during the elections. So as a president, he has the right to tell Kenyans what happened, even though myself or Kenyans cannot verify if it is indeed true there were plans to kidnap and kill Chebukati. But what we know from what we saw on TV, remember Chebukati was holed up in his house on 15th August, 15th of 2022. He called on the religious leaders to pray with him, and they protected him. He told them that there is a reason why I am here, because of security reasons, and I am requesting you to take me to Bomas of Kenya. And they literally took him to Bomas of Kenya. And it is alleged that there were some vehicles that wanted to, to kidnap him, but they realized that the religious leaders are there, so they could not do that. So I believe we are dealing with it was a time where temperatures were so high. It was an octane politics. The state had realized that they are losing, so they wanted to create what we call constitutional crisis. They only needed one more day, so that when Chebukati is not around, then they would have a constitutional crisis where we can form now either a coalition government or they can declare it otherwise. So that one did not happen, and that is why personally, I have to thank Chebukati, because he has served for 6 years in an environment that is tricky, environment that is harsh, and politics is very funny, very dynamic. Okay, but you're working against a state, and those who have power, they have the security and everything. Okay. So if Ruto is saying that they wanted to kidnap and kill Chebukati, maybe he's right, but it is upon Chebukati now to lodge complaints, because that's the only way that you can institute a criminal. So why then? So you're saying it's now up to Chebukati to launch a complaint? Yes. So to make this statement, to what end then? Why would the president get on the podium and make this to what end? Of course, he's just narrating what happened, what transpired, how the man was threatened and what he passed through. He's already retiring, and it's only important that they tell their stories. So as a president, is important he tells his story. He tells about what happened to Chebukati. So he has all the right to speak to Kenyans on what transpired. But so you say this is a man now, because you're saying he was DP when all this was going on, so he may not have been privy to all the information. Sure. You say now he has access to this intelligence. He's also a man who possesses the instruments of power. Sure. So if there was a conspiracy to kidnap and assassinate Wafula Chebukati in order to install a more amenable chair at the helm of the IEBC, and he's aware of this conspiracy, that means they have information, intelligence on who these people were. Sure. Is there going to be action taken? You know, it's not our priority now. You know, it's not in the priority list. You know, but it will come. It will come. You know, Kenyans are saying you form a commission of inquiry. You know, we don't want our attention to be diverted. You know what has happened?
Let me invite the, so you can see the gentlemen are very keen to jump in.
Don't assume.